But the most disgusting thing is that people at this school are being encouraged to not cooperate with the police. From what I hear, the police were there investigating the scene shortly after Stu was removed, and there has been multiple requests that have gone downstream from upper management to not talk with the police directly if they are contacted, and to only let a certain group of individuals interact with the police. That is extremely dishonest. You guys let your friend almost die, and now you're trying to have people lie for you. And you to every single person who replied to them, yes, sir.
Alright, so I really wasn't planning on making another video about the Raja Jackson situation so soon, but some of the guys from the wrestling promotion NockX Pro have revealed that these scumbags are trying to cover up the beating. This is so disgusting, I don't even know where to start. I would also like to talk about how widespread this story has become, not just in the MMA world. Like, I knew that this was going to be a big story in MMA, but the amount of mainstream news publications as well as big-time YouTubers that this has gained the attention of is kind of blowing my mind. I will also say that even though it seems like most rational people are in agreement that this was a senseless act of brutality, I am flabbergasted at some of the unbelievably dumb takes that I've seen from well-known figures in MMA, and yeah, this is going to be a crazy video, so sit tight. Let's start off with the updates. First and foremost, it has been confirmed by those close to him that Syko Stu is in fact awake, but is going to have a very long road to recovery, and I wish him the absolute best. Douglas Malo, who is the wrestler that intervened the most during the attack, shed some light on the severity of Stu's injuries.
How bad are his injuries?
Broken facial bones is from what I'm hearing. Missing teeth. Has no recollection of what happened. Incoherent. And then even from the people closest to it now that I'm disassociating with, they won't even put up the full story. Stu's pretty fucked up, I'll put it this way. What happened yesterday is he choked on his own blood.
On his own teeth, I heard.
Yeah, teeth and blood.
And he lost all of his teeth? Right.
A lot of them, yeah. Broken facial bones. He was out on the slam, and then the guy had made contact multiple times. I remember seeing that, kind of being in shock, and then I just went. Aside of that, running in, there was other people that could have got involved that I made eye contact with, but they just stayed by the stage. Let me put it this way. I'm sorry to Stu that the people that said that they were your friends let this happen.
I really think that Malo deserves a lot of praise for likely saving Stu's life, or at the very least preventing even more serious injuries than he already suffered. The guy's a hero. Speaking of Douglas Malo, it's being reported that he's calling for the prosecution of not just Raja, but also Andre Hudson, who's this guy that encouraged him to get his receipt before the event started.
So when you run in on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. You remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit.
Hudson himself posted to his Instagram by defending his choice of words by asserting that he never wanted Jackson to take it that far. It's also been confirmed that the WWE has severed all ties with NockX Pro, and they've just removed their WWE ID affiliation from all of their social media pages, which good, fuck these clowns. As of Monday morning, LAPD detectives have been assigned to investigate the case, which fortunately for them, all they need to do is watch the 2-hour live stream that's still available to watch on YouTube. Also on Monday, Stu's family posted the official GoFundMe page for anybody that wants to support his recovery. I will have a link in the description for you if you're interested. And Kick.com has banned Raja Jackson. Good, this guy should never be allowed to stream ever again. Now, with all this out of the way, last night, a couple of guys who wrestle at NockX Pro posted a video where they give their accounts of what happened, and my biggest takeaway from all of this is that it seems like the promotion is trying to deter their students from talking to the police. And seeing as the guys provided screenshots of the messages, I'm definitely inclined to believe them. This is some evil shit. They know that they messed up by allowing this untrained stranger to enter the ring after there was already an altercation prior, and now they're trying to cover it up. I'm no lawyer, but this does seem like obstruction of justice to be interfering with an ongoing police investigation. I really admire the integrity of the guys in this video. They are standing up for their friend who was failed by the company that was supposed to watch out for his safety. Let me tell ya, I want nothing more than to see NockX Pro go out of business and for their owners to be sued to Kingdom Come. What a bunch of sociopaths. Stu has worked for them for years, and the moment they need to take accountability for a mistake, they start conspiring to screw him over. With friends like this, who needs enemies?
You watched your fucking friend die. You watch somebody that you call family die. That means nobody is important to you. Not me, not anybody. So if I'm working for you guys and I sell as many tickets as I do and I put all this fucking money, time, and effort into this shit like I fucking do, I'm your #1 fucking ticket seller. I bust my fucking ass for you fucking guys. That means the minute something bad happens to me, you guys will just watch it happen and you won't do shit.
How long have you been there? 3 years?
3 years.
Stu's been there since day one.
Okay, that is the situation up to now, and with all of those updates out of the way, I want to talk about how this story has taken the world by storm. Obviously, all the MMA YouTubers were going to give their thoughts on this, that's to be expected, but when guys like Moist Critical are posting videos on this situation, that is not good news for Raja. Abba and Preach, who give like dating advice for men, made a video about this as well. XQC, Tectone, Asmon Gold, Double Toasted, Chaos Moogle, all of these guys that don't have anything to do with MMA and probably don't even watch the sport have all given their thoughts on what happened. Mr. fucking Beast even made a statement asking how he can get in contact with Stu so he can donate to his medical bills. When is the last time anything even remotely MMA related has gotten this much reach from big time content creators? And I understand that some of you might not have any clue who any of these people are, and that's fine, but the point is this situation was so crazy that it spread far past the borders of MMA itself. Or how about the fact that NBC, Fox, CNN, CBS, and the New York Times all reported on this story as well? I've never seen anything like this before. In my like 17 years of watching MMA, I can't tell you one single other time where a controversy related to an MMA fighter has captured the attention of both mainstream media as well as internet nerds alike. I have friends who still think that Conor McGregor is an active fighter texting me, asking me what the details of this story are. This is how widespread this assault has become. And although I am blown away at how big this situation is, it does make sense to me why. Obviously, the horrific nature of the beating is the most noteworthy aspect, but I really think that this is one of those instances where learning more details about the attack makes it more compelling, namely the fact that the entire sequence of events was live streamed in 4K video and HD audio so that people can follow the story in real time is so indicative of the times that we're living in. I mean, just last week, there was a man who died live on stream in his sleep on Kick.com after he was viciously abused on stream for 12 days straight. Sure, these are two awful events that happened independently of one another, but the fact that in both the Raja case and the French streamer case, the chats were actively encouraging escalating the respective situations is despicable. The crazy part is, Raja got exactly what he wanted, kind of. He is one of the most talked about people in the United States right now. If he was not suspended from Kick, he would be pulling the biggest numbers on the website and it wouldn't be close. I talked about how IRL streaming has become a detriment to society in my previous video, and to be fair, not all of them are bad. And to be fair to Raja, he didn't seem like a homicidal psychopath in any of the clips that I had seen him in prior to Saturday, but I guess this is what can happen when a mentally unstable person takes the opinions of random strangers too seriously. This story is such a crazy intersection between senseless violence and modern internet clout chasing that I think it really isn't all that surprising why so many people have been equal parts fascinated and horrified by what happened, and as a result, you have dudes like Mr. Beast speaking on it, and you have 174-year-old companies like the New York Times writing about it. Fortunately, it does seem like a vast majority of the world is in agreement that Raja Jackson should be arrested. Frankly, I'm surprised that he hasn't been arrested yet. All of the big YouTubers that I referenced earlier are appalled at what he did, and I know that all of the MMA YouTubers are disgusted with him too. Moreover, we've heard active fighters and coaches speak out about the situation as well. Kevin Lee had this to say.
Dog messed up. And if it's Rampage, I love Rampage. But Rampage, turn your son in. He got to go lay down for a little bit. Like, if it was my son, that's what I would tell him. I mean, you a grown man, bro. You can't condone that type of behavior, bro. You got to go lay down for a little bit. We'll get you a good lawyer. You ain't going to be in there forever. But you got to go lay down.
And then Tim Welch said this.
But once you crack somebody and then you start seeing red and you're not thinking about what you're doing and you're punching them and they're already knocked out, good chance you're going to kill them. And now you might be in the pen.
However, Chael Sonnen of all people has found a way to give the fucking dumbest, most asinine viewpoints that I think I might have ever heard in my life.
Raja then follows up with the right hand. Then he switches and follows up with the left hand. Now, these were hard shots. However, and again, I'm giving you my perception, but I watched this thing 20 times before I made this video to you guys. While they were very stiff shots, not what we would call a working shot, it did not appear that Raja had lost his temper. It did not appear that these were being done out of anger.
Not out of anger, huh? Yeah, dude. The same guy who later himself said that he was pissed off didn't do any of that out of anger. This entire video is just 12 minutes of him trying to defend his friend's son who did something completely indefensible. For a guy that claims to be undefeated and undisputed, this is a fucking L video. Chael is either blatantly misconstruing how the beating happened to defend his friend, or he's blatantly misconstruing how the beating happened to farm clicks and views, and I really don't know what's worse. Given, I guess I'm not all that shocked that the same guy who committed mortgage fraud and then snitched on his friends to receive a lighter sentence would be this slimy, but still. And then he doubled down on his terrible stance in a follow-up video.
But your idea that you have all the evidence that you need and you can prove premeditation, which escalates this, by the way, from an assault to attempted murder. And all the evidence that you need, you've got. Because Raja himself told his live stream that he was going to do this And he was going to do it to seek retribution for the disrespect he was shown for being hit with a beer can. Once again, do not get to go arrest Al Pacino for selling cocaine and chopping people up with machetes because you just watched an episode of Scarface. You don't get to decide as the viewer where the show ends and real life begins because you're so skilled and talented.
I'm not even gonna go into detail about how this doesn't make a lick of sense because it's so clearly devoid of logic. I've always thought that Chael was a harmless buffoon, but it's moments like these that remind me he's just an articulate idiot. Time will vindicate me. When you all realize the Raja clip was nothing more than a viral clip because he is a streamer, you can all come back and apologize. Great marketing for Kick, great marketing for Raja. My favorite part was watching the wrestling dude's head bobbing to the side when he got punched in the beard. Watch it back. Oscar-worthy performance. Now, it's one thing to think that Raja was justified in doing what he did. I disagree with that entirely, but that is your opinion. But to act like this was some sort of elaborate publicity stunt is so brain dead. Stu is in the hospital, Raja suspended from Kick, and the WWE severed ties with the promotion, but yeah, I'm sure that this was the plan all along. Anyways, that's the video for today. Definitely let me know what you think about the Raja situation. Are you shocked at how widespread this story has become, and why do you think the police haven't arrested him yet? As always, if you like the video, then like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Hey, Rampage, you're getting fucking sued all over the place because you piggyback your fucking son's fucking life. How about this? Why don't we just fucking have a boxing match? Why don't we just fight? You'll probably whoop my ass, and I don't give a fuck. You raise money for your fucking son's legal defense, and I'll raise money for Stu.
By the